Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, people. Good day. Salubrias. My name is Irene Ratliff, Regal Street Meat Company. Today is Saturday, July 19th, 2014. I wanted to say that today, listeners, you can call 646-564-9776. Today I got up a little early, and I ain't gonna fib to you. I was a little, upset. Okay. Because when I went to my parking, the park and ride, I told you guys that we have adopted the park and ride area. Boy, that thing was trashy. I was like, fine, whoever was doing this stuff, no. But anyway, I picked up the trash. I left the trash back there. I mean, it really looked like day and night. I didn't take any pictures, and that's what I should have done, so that people could see that here it is, Street Meat Company is working. Okay, we pick up, try to pick up trash and debris. I ain't gonna fib to you. When I'm here and there, I do want to pick up the trash that's here and there when I see it on the ground. But to tell you the truth, we could be picking up trash all over the place. We're just doing this as a community service. We have picked 3 places. Park and Ride at Barge and Hamilton, Blessing, and then we also have Utoy Springs, and that's really a project. It's not really so much of a trash pickup, even though we do have some men that go over there, and, they may have a relaxed session over there. And but that's more of a project because it looked like it was a preservation, and it really was like a horseshoe, like the Omega. So when we look at that, we have to pick up the leaves and everything, try to keep that area clean. We have to consider moving all that out of the gutter, that there is a flow, where is the flow going, whether it's going into the sewer or whatever, if we could have some kind of maintenance where stuff continues to flow. So Utoy Springs is a project, and, for beautification. Then we have another cleanup area, which is Cascade Library, okay, because that's a library that I do attend. That little park area, we do have some people who are homeless or people who may sit out over there at the gazebo, and sometimes it could get, kind of cluttered. They do clean up over there every now and again. Or no, they clean up there often because they're there often, But the thing is that sometimes it can get kind of messy because they just try to throw their trash over in the bushes, and so you find trash. So anyway, we good. Okay? Don't get me misunderstood. This was like, wow. So I did that, and I came, I was like, okay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we ended up going to the Shrine of the Black Madonna. I wanted to say I received a phone call from someone who wanted to know what we were doing. I think I explained that in our conversation yesterday. And I was like, okay, hey, we're doing it. I'm just want to let people know, honey, every day we doing something, okay? Don't get it twisted. Right now I'm writing letters. I'm like, wow. It is time-consuming. I did put out a proposal to speak in Savannah. I'm happy about that. Yay. So anyway, this man, he calls me. He's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I'm just like, yeah. Like, we got really big things going, right? So anyway, we're going to meet. So he called me early in the morning. I'm like, yay, I'm really tired, Irene. I'm just going to call you. I'm going to try to get up and do what I got to do. Now, you called me the day before that you was going to meet me. I ain't going to say it to you. Listen, it's like this. If you're busy, you're just busy. If you feel like you want to be with me in terms of some of the activity, we'll be together. This is why I wrote that material in terms of you going to www.meetup.com/streetmeat. So that if you want to, show your support, it is there. And some that I'm going, they actually have their own schedule. So like for the Shrine of the Black Madonna, we go there to the African history class. I went ahead and maintained the class because I think that it's vital information, When we go there, yes, we want to not only become members, but we also want to be able to support their materials that they have there. And wow, materials. Stuff is, it is affordable stuff, like videos and stuff. The man, he's, informative and this, that, and the other. But of course, we're open. get it twisted. I'm not looking at things like it's also this, that, or the other. So anyway, we went there. We have the education on civilization. I was walking down the street with this guy, I don't even know his name. But I ain't going to feel too. Some of this conversation is just like, and when I went to the boot camp, the thing is that public speaking, you find people doing a lot of public speaking, but I am a speaker. So the thing is, I don't know, I'm going to have to really, wait a minute, I ain't going to fib to you, huh? Over here, did they just give it? I know that's right. I mean, I ain't going to fib to you. Here it is, somebody with the light inside themselves will realize, here it is. I feel like there's been a lot of time, at least, according to my perspective, that has been kind of foully misused and misguided. And then yet it is, pacify that stuff with some, what? No, honey, I ain't going to, I'm like, wow, I can't, you explain what you want to explain. It's like, wow, listen, I already explained to you guys from the beginning. I did that already. Now, if you want to talk to me on how we have survival skills, then we chit-chatting, okay? If you feel like if I'm involved in a particular thing and you feel like here it is, we can have conversation about how we go, hold on, hey, okay, well, let's think about some of the things that's of interest here. I ain't gonna fib to you. No, vice versa. However, yay! I have explained to you guys I am interested in working in the community. If you have some other people, they want to go back and forth about here it is, their manhood. I will just let you know right now, how are we going to communicate strictly company? All right, we need people to participate so that we can get some things done that is the interest of Sydney Company. So I had a conversation with somebody who called me from the NPUP. Remember I had spoken about the auditorium? I'm like, hey, this man didn't call me back, but he did. He called me. And he was like, well, he's trying to get all the information together. But what I had explained to him is if the property was private, right, then we'll probably be able to go out and raise money with our neighbors. But because the property actually is owned by the city, then we should be asking for a loan from the city to go ahead and build an auditorium, period. The reason why is because what we need to do is we need to go ahead and apply, we will charge the residents that's interested in swimming, lessons, how much you're going to charge them for all that kind of stuff. Now these things are important. I'm like, okay, well, I have to go out there and talk to the neighbors. Well, yeah, the neighbors, they want to do. Okay, well, they need to, raise some money. So say we can't get upfront fees. Well, is that the upfront fees to go to our neighbors and talk to them about fundraising. But $4 every time they want to go swim, you gotta, figure it out. $400 for a year. That stuff is real true. Okay? But the city, they can cough up the $3 million loan. We want this. Here it is. We can pay them back because here it is. A lot of people going in this. Okay? Anyway, that's way over there. Okay? So that's an auditorium. I know. No one thought about that. Yes. What? And so I know I haven't said anything about this. So I wrote a letter to, I ain't going to to you, writing letters, writing proposals, just busy. Because the thing is not only do you have to raise money, but you have to make connections. You have to talk to people. Excuse me. Then it went somewhere else. So today I wrote letters to a few people. I apologize if y'all received that letter more than 5 times. For some reason, my computer was not letting me know that the information was being submitted until I said, okay, let me click this little box. Voila, there it goes. So y'all may have received board of directors many times, and it's just the truth. You know, the thing is that when I look at it, it says the duty is loyalty and care. I'm out here, I'm communicating, I ain't going to say to you to go and chase behind people, which is okay, but when you see that people are also working in the community and they seem to be running, everybody for some reason are looking for members, and that's true too, me too. Don't get it twisted, but Street Me is free. However, when you go on to meetup.com, we do want you to get involved. Some of those things are, you know, maybe some of those classes and things like that, that's a contribution to help us do whatever it is that we actually align there, whether we're Street Me Mingle, whether we're talking about some of these other things, as I said to you before we go into the Shrine of the Black Madonna. We also need to provide donations to them, to the conversation, to be, you know, the knowledge and the aviation blessing. Okay? Maybe here is some of the other things like UTOY Springs. That is a project. There's many things of why we would need a donation. And it's just like that. Okay? These organizations, they do ask for membership. Street Meet is free. Don't get it twisted. So when we do ask for donations, it's the truth. However, we would have to keep, you know, maintain the database and who you is and all that kind of stuff and put it in our files because we have to have maintenance for that. All that stuff is work, okay? But anyway, Street Meet the Point, we're on air up to 30 minutes daily, okay? Thank you. Starting at 11:30 p.m. Thank me. Thank us. Thank we. Wow, you know, there. Street Meet Mingle will be Sunday, August 3rd, 2014 at 2 p.m. I wanted to say tomorrow we'll be at Piedmont Park. Okay, there's the Latin Association. They're having their event. It is, when you go on StreetMeet.biz, it's listed as Street Meet Mingle, but it is a barbecue. I may try to get up and go over there to the park and try to clean up that area over there too. You know, try to do it once a week. I know that once a month ain't gonna work. So we do it, you know, once a week. Keep up the momentum. I'm looking at the horseshoe. I ain't gonna fit to you. But yes, we do need more people who feel like they're dedicated, people walking around me look like, you know, like everything is okay. And it is. We are a community organization. Some people don't feel like they need it. Some people do. Where them at? You know, the thing is it's one of those things. He said, well, if you're a speaker, hey, you have to realize some people, you know, they have to see you and hear you. And I know that's right, but that's public speaking. I'm a professional speaker. Okay, anyway. Tulips is July 25th, 2014 at 3 p.m. It will be at the Stone Mountain Park. Please, you must make reservations for Tulips. I wanted to say that we're going to be traveling to Savannah in the month of August. Okay, is it August? Okay, one of them. August or September. Hold on. Maybe September. Anyway, we'll be doing that. And that will be like a day before we actually do Tulips. So Tulips will be in Savannah, I think it's September. Tulips will be in Savannah in September. Okay? So we'll be doing that there. There's a lot of activities. I don't even think that I even put, you know, other information on there. But, yes, you must RSVP, and, you know, we'll go from there. Okay? So I'm excited about that, especially if people want to kind of get involved the day before and go with me to the port of Savannah. You know, I'm interested in that kind of stuff. Let's get it up. Don't get it twisted. Huh. What is this? What is that? I don't mind who is them. I think it's, I don't know, Echo or something. You know, I made a small complaint about here it is, that stuff going over in the Middle East. I was like, is that Saudi Arabia over there? Is that Jordan? Hey, I know we have the African Union, but what in the world is the Egyptians doing over there on that Gaza end of the tip? Please, somebody, I ain't going to fit to you. Street Meet Company will be writing the United Nations. Over here, this is just you. I'm like, well, we're an entity, yes. Street Meet Company will be writing. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, we are the world, but that right there is ridiculous. We have been maintaining peace. What is the reason for the uproar? That's a concern, people. Anyway, as I stated before, hey, there's a lot of activities to get involved with. It really, really is, okay? Wow, tomorrow, and like I said, we have the cleanup. I have a lot of paperwork that I'm doing right now. I know that I'm also waiting to hear from the African American Center in Los Angeles in regards to Nagugo Saba. You know, with us going LCC, I'm really interested in trying to maintain some business in that area to do jury. I do want to do the jury for the Nagugo Saba. The question would be, for real, where would you sell it? I guess, you know, maybe K Jewelers or somebody would purchase it. And in fact, maybe I ask them. But the thing is that there's a lot of jewelry places, Macy's. I mean, the thing is that right now I ain't going to fib to you. I'm looking for the information. I mean, they're organizations. There'll be no reason for them to, we're going to hide behind that bush. No, I mean, here it is, 3D Company, we're an organization. We have an interest in the Nagugo Saba, not only the Nagugo Saba principles, but also the picture, and then also the little charms, the little principles. Those things could be in jury. Did you know that? That's what I thought. And like, here it is, and as we advocate Nagugo Saba, I mean, there's going to be profit earned from that. And so the thing is even though blessings, I'm asking, I want to know if they know that they can do that. And if they can do it, then here it is, we good. Can you, send us or something? When it's all coming from? Make a reference somewhere? You know, hey, people are going them to, what's that, University of Sancourt Press, and they're selling those books and everything. Okay, well, can you put the jury up or something? I mean, it's real. I like it. So the thing, it's just like that. Anyway, thanks for joining Street Meet the Point. Listening audience, hope to have your support. We do accept donations. Yeah, I ain't going to forget you. I mean, it would be ideal to have it ready before, December. No, not that November. Really, to tell you the truth, yes. Okay, crowdfunding support and your participation. Everyone is valuable in your participation. Please, if you're looking for perfection, come on. Apparently, half the stuff supposed to, it ain't perfect. Man, I look at people who do all kinds of stuff, and yet here it is, they still trying to perfect it. Come on, y'all, really? Gosh. Whew, I don't know. Wow. I mean, yay. Hold on. Whatever. Well, here it is. I'm sitting on the seat. I didn't have any tickets for it. Here it is. You got their best team. How, really? And here it is. They didn't want me to be the one to cipher that. Here it is in my experience. Just wow, some people really are gluttons when it comes down to power, and that be included. Here it is, the people that originated that stuff. Don't you see? Here it is. No, I can have this. I can have that. Wow. Really? Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Everyone is valuable in your participation to help yourself, your family, your community, local, state, yeah. Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. State, region, federal, and global community relies on the many people that contribute to it being an effective structure. Didn't I tell you that here it is we be working? Why would I be worried about no man like that? No. Thanks again. Good night. How you bring people? Please visit our website at www.streetmeet.biz and our Connect partner at www.meetup.com/streetmeet. Okay? Thank you. Have a good night.